Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor episode number 206 based on novel. So let's start. With the complete disappearance of the blue light, the gate of the palace, which had always been solid, slowly opened. With the opening of the hall door, a heavy aura slowly diffused out, making the four people's hearts uncontrollably vigilant. In that breath, there is not only some pure and fierce aura of holy flame, but also some vague evil aura. What kind of breath is this? Although the power of the holy flame is extremely tyrannical, it still reveals a feeling of weakness. Although it is very weak, I can still smell a hint of evil. Xiao Yan couldn't help but said when he felt the slightest aura that was beginning to be released from the palace gate. It seems that the land of holy flames is not as simple as we thought. Xiao Yi also spoke slightly after feeling the breath. The door of the palace is open, remember to follow me when you enter it. It's extremely uneasy here, and there seems to be a lot of articles. Yang Kai nodded to the two of them, and then he did not forget to instruct him in a deep voice. Old Yang, don't go in with you and Ying. It's too dangerous inside. Xiao Yi and I will just go in. Xiao Yang looked at Yang Kai and couldn't help but say. After all, Yang Kai had almost no fighting power at this time, and was known by the powerhouses of the Shenling royal family to be transformed by holy flames. This is undoubtedly the sweet pastry that everyone wants, and in the land of holy flames, Xiao Yang not only wants to get holy flames Yang, but also to find the truth of the fall of senior brother Yintong, and even to completely kill the remaining two heavenly congregations of the Shenling royal family. No, I have to figure out the ins and outs of Yintong's matter, and it is extremely dangerous here. I am afraid that without me, you will encounter many dangers that are difficult to resolve. But don't worry, although I have almost no combat power in this special space, I want to leave, but no one can stop me. And when he spoke to Xiao Yang, Yang Kai naturally knew that Xiao Yang was out of concern, but refused. Since that's the case, let's adapt accordingly after entering. Go. As soon as the voice fell, the four of them rushed directly into the palace gate. And as the four people poured into the temple gate, a scene that was enough to shock the four people suddenly appeared in the space behind the temple gate. In the land of holy flames, there is no ray of light from the previous flames, but wisps of darkness, completely shrouding this land of holy flame. In the huge space, there is a faint cyan light in the most central place, and there is also the place where the traces of evil black energy are the most intense. Even Xiao Yang, who possessed the holy flame, looked at it, and there was an extremely unpleasant feeling in his body. I read it right. This is the land of sacred flames. Just as she poured into the land of sacred flames through the temple gate, Xiao Yi was shocked by the scenery in front of her. This is not like the land of holy flames, this is clearly a purgatory. Sure enough, is that so? Yang Kai couldn't help but said looking at the scene in front of him. Obviously, he already had some guesses in his heart, but when his eyes really saw it, there was also a hint of sadness in his pupils. What is this? Xiao Yang also asked with his powerful perception. Such a huge evil power is far from what he has seen in the past. This is Demon Town. Yang Kai said softly. Suppressing demon domain? Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi shook their heads in confusion when they heard the words. I don't know how to blame you for this kind of thing. Originally, I thought Yintong's fall was very strange. It stands to reason that even if he lost to the Shenling royal family at the beginning, he still had the ability to escape. It hasn't come out yet, and the Shenling royal family's 4-day congregation came out of the Holy Flame Land intact, and even the breath has skyrocketed a lot. It turns out that this place of Holy Flame is actually the demon suppression territory. With such an estimate, it all makes sense. Yang Kai kept shaking his head, his voice became more heavy, and every time he spoke to Yintong, his mind became a little heavy. Fen Tian is a human being that Yang Kai trusts very much, and it is no exaggeration to say that it is a life-and-death relationship. After all, Yang Kai told Fen Tian that he was transformed by the holy flame, and Fen Tian and I did not have any bad intentions. From this, it can be seen that Fen Tian is a good friend, and Yintong is the biggest torment that plagues Fen Tian, so Yang Kai wants to solve this problem completely. Suppressing demon territory is the place where Shenyang specializes in suppressing evil races outside the territory. Looking at this level, I'm afraid this is the 15th seat of the demon suppression territory. Yang Kai Zaidu said. Sure enough. But what is the 15th seat? As soon as Xiao Yang came to the Holy Flame Land, he smelled the nauseating evil aura, and immediately thought of something. Now that Yang Kai said it, he was relieved. The demon suppression territory is used to suppress the extraterrestrial evil race. There are 17 in total. At present, this one is probably the last demon suppression territory, Yang Kai said. But this is not comparable to the place where you conquered Shenyang before. The place where you conquered Shenyang before is not called the Town Demon Realm. Everyone who can be called the demon suppression territory is suppressing the most powerful among the evil races outside the territory. The next moment, Yang Kai's voice suddenly became solemn. A superpower. Xiao Yi frowned when she heard the words. Although she didn't have much confidence in her heart for this superpower, it was definitely not easy to make Yang Kai, who was comparable to the level of human fighting immortals, so dignified. Simply put, it's the king of a certain group of alien races. What is their weakest strength? I'm afraid they also have the level of fighting immortals. Mu Yingying seemed to understand, and then explained to Xiao Yi. Looking at the level of cooperation between the Xianling royal family and the Gorfians, and the fact that Tiangan and the two of them gave up fighting with us in front of the temple, I think that the one who suppressed the demons in this town should be the king of the Gorfians' blood demon envoy. Xiao Yang said slowly. Blood fiend. Although this guy's strength can't be regarded as the last among the foreign evil races, he can only be ranked in the middle at most. Yang Kai said. Back then, in the desert mountains, my holy flame suppressed the Gorfiend left guard of the Gorfiend, and he could be regarded as the strongest of the Gorfians except the Gorfiend. At that time, by virtue of the power of holy flame and several seniors, the left guard of the Gorfiend was completely wiped out, and it happened that the Gorfiend brought a trace of power down. Although I don't want to admit it, it was just one blow, and I was seriously injured. That guy is very strong. Xiao Yang said in a deep voice. Although that guy is very strong, but we have 3 holy flames here. In addition to this one to suppress the blood demon, there are 4 in total. What kind of blood demon? Young master is not afraid. Brother, do you think so? Xiao Yi said with a smile. It makes sense. The Gorfiend is strong, and it is impossible to match the power of the 4 holy flames. Let's go look for holy flame first. I can feel that it seems to be calling us. I think it must have encountered some trouble. Yang Kai looked at a certain part of this huge dark space, and then opened his mouth slightly. Said, let's go. As soon as Yang Kai's voice fell, the 4 of them swept towards a spot of light in the dim space. In the land of holy flames, there is a very wide space, but in that space, strange black chi that can be seen everywhere keeps emerging, and these black chi are invariably the same. The evil aura of this, if ordinary people are slightly contaminated, I am afraid they will die instantly, and at the very center of the holy flame land surrounded by evil aura, the evil aura here is particularly strong, and inside, an extremely wonderful scene is being staged. The center of the holy flame palace is about 100 meters away. A prismatic round platform appears at the very center, and around the round platform, there are some cyan molten flames, and the cyan flames have a strange aura, slowly wrapping the prismatic round platform, and behind the two, is covered by the dark evil atmosphere. As for the prismatic circular platform surrounded by cyan lava and flames, 5 uneven potholes slowly appeared. The 5 potholes are quite symmetrical, for small potholes are large, and 4 small potholes surround a huge pothole, which looks quite strange. But what is even more strange is that there is nothing in the 4 potholes around the body. As for the central pothole, which is located in the 4 potholes, it is surrounded by a strange blood-red aura, and nothing can be seen. It seems that something is about to appear, and it is extremely sinister. My 4 ambassadors, are you finally here? He seemed to feel some strange aura pouring into the holy flame space, and immediately there was a shocking sound from the huge pothole in the center. Sound. It seems that there are some uninvited guests. These smells are a bit like other holy flames. Hey, you have to help me entertain them for a while. After feeling the weak aura of other holy flames, in the pothole, a man surrounded by evil blood-red aura slowly appeared in the blood-red air mass before. The man's body was full of vigor, with a handsome look between his eyebrows, and a rather exquisite jade chain on the palm of his hand, very much like a weak scholar. However, if the people from Burning Incense Pavilion were here, they would recognize them without hesitation. This was their senior brother Yintong from Burning Incense Pavilion. It's the master. After the figure appeared, he also said respectfully to the evil aura of emptiness. It seems, someone is coming. Why does this breath resemble the humans who have entered here before? What's going on? However, in the next moment, a cyan flame slightly condensed out of the cyan lava, and then muttered. Wait. Those who entered the land of holy flames seem to have other smells of holy flames. Then the next moment, the cyan flame looked into the distance, but its tone suddenly became strange. So good. As long as the power of the 2 holy flames is enough, the The blood demon envoy can be completely wiped out, and then I will be able to live happily. However, half the power of the Gorfiend ran away back then, but now here, it's only half of the Gorfiend's power. The voice just fell. Immediately, the blue flames swelled. No, you have to communicate with other Saint Flame controllers, and solve half of the blood demon envoy's power as soon as possible, otherwise it will be bad if the 4 envoys who ran out call help go. Touching a huge area of about 100 meters, everything that happened inside seemed to be an understatement from the outside, extremely calm, but at this time, something else appeared on the outside. King. We are finally back. At this time, the figures of Tiangan and Tianhong appeared here, but at this time, a black air mass of evil power hovered above their heads. Sure enough, it still hasn't changed. And Tiangan couldn't help saying looking at the scene in front of him. Back then, the 4 of them and Yin Tong were directly chased by Yin Tong after they entered the land of holy flames. If they didn't happen to merge with the evil aura in the 4 potholes, they would have died without burial. Land. However, at the last critical juncture, they merged with the 4 evil auras inside, thus defeating Yin Tong in one fell swoop, which established the reputation of their Shenling royal family, but it was also from that time, with the help of Shenling the royal family was in the 4 heavens, and the 4 messengers of the Gorfians and the Shenling royal family began to cooperate, and the Gorfians provided the Shenling royal family with blood curses and even information, just to save that guy today. As for that guy, it is the real king of their blood demon clan, the blood demon envoy, but these things are obviously concealed from King Shenling. King Shenling knows that this sect competition is only to rescue the rest of their clan. Strong. Big brother, this is the place. Ha ha ha. We're here again. It was extremely embarrassing to be chased and killed by Yin Tong, but Yin Tong has perished here forever, and our strength has skyrocketed. Tian Hong couldn't help saying looking at this familiar scene. Yin Tong, that guy is very strong, but I didn't know why at the beginning, after entering the land of holy flames, when I came into contact with holy flames, it became violent, and the power was too terrifying. Even if we combined the power of the 4 of us, we had to be it was pressed and beaten, but he fell. Tiangan also laughed. Okay, stop dawdling about the 2 of you, are things ready? Then the next moment, the evil black energy entrenched above Tiangan's head spoke out. Don't worry, everything is ready. This time, I will do my best to save the king. And Tian Hong on the other side raised his palm slightly, and suddenly something seemed to appear in his palm. The teleportation array and the array map. With these 2 things, no matter how powerful this holy flame is, in the end it will only be a failure. If you can find a way to completely eliminate the holy flame, then... The next moment, the evil air mass entrenched on Tianhong's head also spoke. Okay, the 3rd child, the 2nd and 4th fell into the hands of the Funxiang pavilion named Xiao Yang. When the king is rescued, we must let that kid die. At that time, he was arrested and refined into an evil servant. Wouldn't it be beautiful to be loyal to us in this life and this world? Ha ha ha. The boss laughed strangely. Boss, let's get started. With the help of these 2 people's bodies, we should dream of breaking through here temporarily. Then the next moment the voice fell, and 2 groups of black energy poured directly into the 2 people's bodies. Just let it take over. Ghost face soul flame, you suppressed me for thousands of years, and now, our Gorfians have come back for revenge. Then just after occupying the bodies of Tiangan and Tianhong, a burst of laughter suddenly echoed out of the evil Tiangan's blood-red pupils, accompanied by a steady stream of evil aura. Just a few bereaved dogs. I was lucky enough to be escaped by you at the beginning, and today you come to die on your own initiative. This is too unwise. Then the evil voice that day fell, and suddenly a powerful cyan flame in front of the 2 suddenly burst out from the cyan lava. Ghost face Soul Yang, don't be too arrogant, this time is different from the past. Then another evil Tianhong shouted to him. Then as soon as Tianhong and Tiangan's voice fell, the cyan flame also slowly condensed a flame figure, and the flame figure was wrapped in cyan flames, and even above the body, a scorching pure aura that purifies some evil in the world emerges. Looking at it up close, it was a man. The man was wearing a blue robe. From head to toe, all the decorations were blue, which was quite strange. The 4 envoys of the Gorfians are Blood Heaven, Blood Earth, Blood Profound, and Blood Yellow. Why are you 2 alone now? What about Xue Tian and Xue Huang? The cyan figure just appeared, and he glanced at Tiangan and Tianhong below, and said contemptuously, "Asshole. Which pot can't be opened and lifted?" Hearing this guy say this, Tianhong couldn't help roaring. They are the 4 messengers of the Gorfiend clan. The blood is blood, the blood is blood, the blood is deep, and the 4 are attached to the 4 heavens of the Xianling royal family. Now 2 of the 4 heavens of the Xianling royal family have fallen directly. The evil aura was naturally wiped out by Xiao Yan. So now, among the 4 great messengers, there are only the first of the 4 messengers living in Tiangan's body, Shui Tian, and the 2 living in Tianhong's body, Shui Xian. The dog who lost his family dared to scream. The blue flame figure shook his head slightly, and then said something. Don't talk nonsense, do it. Although this guy's strength is tyrannical, half of my king's strength is definitely not so easy to deal with. In addition to the fact that those guys in the Fenxiang pavilion have several holy flames, this guy should be delaying time. Once the other saint flames from the burning incense pavilion arrive, I am afraid that today our blood demon clan will be wiped out. Shui Tian shouted angrily and said. The boss is right, let's do it. As soon as Shui Tian's voice fell, Shui Xian also flashed a dazzling evil aura all over his body, and then prepared to start. Sure enough, it was discovered. I'm dealing with the gore fiend alone, so I need to draw out most of my current strength. If I'm dealing with these 2 people, I'll avoid some of them. And the limit of the blood river is only in the early stage of the 8-star Dodi. The strength of these 2 guys is no trivial matter. It seems that it will take a while. After the cyan flame figure finished speaking, he was also ready for battle. The next moment, the aura of the blood sky rose sharply, directly reaching the limit, and the power of the peak of the 8-star Do Emperor's initial stage suddenly emerged, but this aura was full of evil power. As soon as he finished speaking, Shui Tian's figure flickered, attacking the ghost-faced soul flame above the blue lava. Bang bang bang! Then the figure of the blood sky just swept away, as if it hit a wall that was not airtight, and was ejected directly. What is this? But Shui Xian slowly stared at the top of the cyan lava, as if there was something mysterious here. Boss, it's not unusual here. When we left, we didn't have it yet, why now? Shui Xian said. It seems that during these hours, this ghost face and soul inflammation has also improved a lot. Then Shui Tian got up and said. Evil races outside the territory, everyone gets them and kills them. Suffer to death. Then the ghost-faced soul flame didn't give the 2 evil envoys any chance to breathe, and he pointed his finger to talk, and then a group of cyan flames suddenly blasted away at the 2 evil envoys. Boom boom boom. Such a sudden attack caught the 2 evil envoys off guard, and the evil black energy on their bodies dissipated a lot. This ghost-face soul flame is really strong. Being hit by such a powerful attack from the front face of the ghost-face ghost flame, the aura of the 2 evil envoys became unstable. Sheng Yang is the biggest nemesis of the evil races outside the territory, that's right. This cyan lava is not that simple. This should be in its domain. Unexpectedly, when we left the last time, Ghost-face Soul Flame had not yet been born and realized the realization. It has only been more than 10 years, and it has grown to this stage. This time, you can't keep your hands. Then Shui Tian's voice just fell, and suddenly an extremely evil aura emerged from the 2 of them. And with the emergence of this evil aura, the cyan lava also became violently moving. Are you going to use your real skills? Master of the Holy Flame, you should move faster. I always feel that these 2 guys won't be so simple. With my current strength, let alone 2 evil envoys, even if they gather together, they can't beat me. But they have escaped for so long. If they are not fully prepared, I am afraid they will not die easily. The blue flame figure, with his eyes fixed on Shuetian, murmured at the corner of his mouth. Ghost face and soul inflammation, I'll show you. What is a real gore fiend? Let's join forces and sacrifice to the gore fiend. After a short while, the 2 people, Shuetian and Shueshuan, turned out to be blood-red auras slowly appearing, and then they both knelt and bowed to the void in front of them. And in that void, constantly absorbing the evil power of the 2, an extremely terrifying thing was vaguely born. That's not enough. Suck it for me. Then the next moment Shui Tian glanced at him. Even if he absorbed the evil power of both of them, the blood demon was still extremely illusory, as if it would dissipate at any time, and then his voice rose high. Get up and whiz away towards the space in all directions. Then, as soon as the voice fell, a trace of evil black aura emerged from the barren land. However, this black aura just emerged, and was immediately suppressed by an extremely tyrannical cyan flame. Damn it! Then, feeling this scene, Shui Tian's complexion also became extremely strange. I still don't believe that I can't break you. The next moment, Shui Tian spurted out a mouthful of dried blood, and then crashed directly into the Gorfian's body in the void in front of him. And with the appearance of blood sky in the barren land, those black auras broke through the suppression of the cyan flame in an instant, and then the evil auras from all directions converged on the Gorfiend in front of the blood sky. Ha ha ha. Ghost face Xiao Yan, this time, it seems that you won't be so lucky. When Xue Tian saw that his plan had succeeded, he couldn't help laughing wildly. Despicable, using the power of human body and blood to lead. And the azure flame figure that had always been calm, after looking at the evil giant shadow of the Gorfiend that became more and more condensed in front of him, also appeared in the pupils. A bit of astonishment. Boom. A loud bang echoed in the dark sky. What's going on? Xiao Yang and the four were rushing towards the core area, but the journey was not peaceful and they encountered many obstacles, so the speed slowed down. Under this ground, it seems that other evil races from outside the territory are still being suppressed. What kind of eyesight is Xiao Yi? Just by the evil black chi breaking out of the ground, he can infer some news. In the demon suppression territory, all of them are extraterrestrial evil races, but the ones suppressed under the ground are just some nameless little evil spirits. Looking at this, it should be the two guys from the Xianling royal family who started it. We must hurry over there. Otherwise, something terrible may happen. Yang Kai said. If that's the case, then don't let it go. Xiao Yang said, and then the dazzling khaki-yellow holy flame power appeared directly, and the speed skyrocketed, directly opening the way for the other three. I used to prevent it from disturbing the powerhouses here, so I suppressed the breath in my body along the way, and the speed naturally slowed down, but now I am going all out, the speed is naturally not comparable to before. As for the countless evil black chi that gathered towards the core area, feeling the power of Xiao Yang's pure earthy yellow holy flame, they all retreated and made way. Let's go. The three of Yang Kai saw this, looked at each other, and then went after them directly. And as Xiao Yang and the others hurried towards the core area, the battle in the core area was also being staged slowly. Ha ha ha. Ghost face and soul flame. Now that the Gorfiend has become a reality, you not only have to suppress my king, but also deal with the Gorfiend. I'll see how you deal with it. Then, in this space, a burst of extremely evil black slowly emerged. Outside, the evil figure like a giant became more and more solid, and Shuetian couldn't help roaring and laughing. Asshole. This second angel of blood can actually summon such a powerful demon. The Cyan figure slowly glanced at the giant-like evil figure outside the Cyan lava, and his face became solemn. Gorfiend, kill it for me. At the next moment, Shuetian and Shueshuan's two envoys burst out with a dazzling black aura, and then burst into the Gorfiend. And after the evil figure, which had become more solid, was injected with a dazzling evil aura by the second envoy, the giant's pupils slowly exuded a strange blood-red color. The Gorfiend, surrounded by countless evil auras, slightly opened his blood-colored pupils, and then glanced at the figure above the Cyan lava. Ghost flame. The next moment, a Cyan flame burst out from the Cyan figure, and then a Cyan crystal slowly appeared on the palm. And with the appearance of this Cyan crystal, the Cyan lava under his feet suddenly became violent. Bastard. Seeing this scene, even Shuetian and Shuexian, who had always been calm, couldn't help shouting angrily, because the holy flame crystal had just appeared, and the giant-like Gorfiend suddenly appeared a little bit. Fear. Of course they knew what it was. Saint Flame Crystal, the supreme thing that possesses the true power of holy flame. If the flame in the Cyan lava in front of you is a part of the holy flame, then what the Cyan holy flame crystal possesses is the source of all holy flames. To put it simply, the holy flame in the Cyan lava has been diluted. Although it has a very strong suppression on them, it cannot cause absolute lethality, but the holy flame crystal is different. If it is hit by the source power of Sheng Yangjing, I am afraid it will fall completely. This is the end of the matter, we can't delay it. Shuexian, help me. The next moment, Shuetian's pupils also became dignified, and then he said solemnly, he knew that after using the holy flame crystal, the blood demon alone could not win the victory. Okay. Shuexian heard the words, and naturally knew the importance of the matter. The Gorfiend was their last resort. If they couldn't break the seal of the Cyan melt, they would have no hope of saving the Gorfiend. Blood food. At the next moment, Shuetian shouted loudly, and then a steady stream of black and strange runes slowly appeared on the bodies of the two. Are you going to use the power of pressing the bottom of the box? The Cyan figure grabbed the holy flame crystal in his hand, and then looked at Shuetian and the two of them amusingly. But I won't give you this chance. Ghost flame, Zhu Xie. The next moment, the Cyan figure's laughter suddenly became bright, and then a Cyan liquid slowly flowed out of the Cyan holy flame crystal. The Cyan liquid just flowed out, and suddenly shot at the Gorfiend. It seemed like a very ordinary attack, but this Cyan liquid could be the true source of the ghost face and soul flame. Such a pool, I am afraid it can directly obliterate the gore fiend or even the ***** sky. Both. Boom boom boom. Before the evil runes on Xiao Yan's body filled the whole body, the cyan liquid, like a drop of water, directly hit the huge body of the gore fiend. The gore fiend, who was still majestic before, also became weak at this moment. The blue liquid silently hit the gore fiend and then a very conspicuous hole appeared in the center of the gore fiend. This holy flame that should smash corpses into thousands of pieces. If it wasn't for the lack of core things in the gore fiend, I'm afraid I wouldn't be seriously injured so easily. Xiao Yan looked at the gore fiend that was dissipating, and then said, "No. I can't leave now. Hold me up." At the next moment, Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian spewed out a mouthful of blood at the same time, and sent them towards the gore fiend who was attacked by the source of holy flame. Just as the gore fiend and the cyan holy flame were stubbornly resisting, two figures were looming in the huge pothole in the cyan lava. This ghost-faced soul flame spirit, after so many years, has gradually realized the power of the domain, which is really not to be underestimated. But with this shock, I can also get rid of this place completely. In the huge pothole, a blood-red air mass said strangely, and on the other side, a human stood respectfully. What happened? How can there be an uneasy feeling in my heart? Then the next moment, the cyan figure was staring at the huge pothole in the lava, and there seemed to be some movement just now. Gore fiend, explode it for me. My king, we are here to save you. However, the next moment, a trace of madness appeared in the pupils of Xiao Yan and Xiao Xuan, and then burst out. As soon as the voice fell, the gore fiend giant shadow, which was getting weaker and weaker, was attacked by the power of the source of the holy flame, but it suddenly swelled up, and then with a loud bang, it exploded. Boom boom boom. As the voices of Xiao Yan and the two fell, the incomparably huge evil gore fiend suddenly exploded. Circles of black evil energy suddenly spread in all directions at a speed visible to the naked eye. Damn, to actually have this hand. Seeing this huge gore fiend instantly transform into countless evil shock waves of black energy, the complexion of the cyan figure also became unsightly. Stop me. When the blue figure saw this, he suddenly shouted. Crash. As soon as the voice of the cyan figure fell, in the space above the cyan lava, extremely mysterious cyan runes suddenly appeared, and then directly blocked the shockwave of countless evil auras. Ghost face and soul flame, let's capture it. Gore fiend is powerful, but you can't match it. And our purpose is not to defeat you. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, he suddenly looked at the huge potholes in the cyan lava. In the huge potholes, there was a group of disgusting evil aura, constantly germination, and then formed two offensives with the surrounding gore fiend, directly attacking the mysterious rune that appeared above the cyan lava. These damned fellows from the alien race. If it weren't for my weakness, I'm afraid it wouldn't be like this. The next moment, a strange flame flashed in the eyes of the cyan figure, and then the cyan holy flame crystal on the palm of the hand shone brightly. Soul flame. The cyan figure said. Ads by Pub Future. Crash. Above the countless tiny cyan runes, traces of ancient patterns were slowly born, and the entire piece of cyan lava exuded an incomparably ancient aura of purity. Ha ha ha. The spirit of ghost face and soul flame. After so many years, on this day, all our grievances will be completely ended today. Then watching the two attacks continue to stalemate, there is no movement at all, the blue molten from the huge pothole in the middle, a very evil voice suddenly came out. The evil voice was filled with a taste of greed, but only a trace of evil black energy was constantly born from the huge pothole. Blood demon? Didn't you fall into a deep sleep? How could you? Then the next moment, the voice of the cyan figure became heavy. Since the formation of this demon town, half of the power of the gore fiend and the 4 envoys of the gore fiend were directly sealed by the ghost face and soul flame and fell into a deep sleep. In the previous Zhongmen competition, the 4 envoys and Yintong of the Xianling royal family entered here, and happened to wake up the 4 envoys, so they successfully rescued the 4 envoys with the help of the human bodies of the 4 people, but the blood demon envoy still fell into a deep sleep. Middle. At this time, hearing this shocking voice, Ghostface Soul Yang knew that the gore fiend had woken up. The power of the gore fiend is unquestionable, otherwise, it would not be necessary to establish the suppression territory with great fanfare. Ha ha ha. The power of Ghostface and Soul Flame is indeed powerful. But after sleeping for so many years, it's time to leave. Then a disdainful voice came from the huge pothole. Since that's the case, that can't be delayed. However, the next moment, a hint of determination flashed in the pupil of the cyan figure, and then the cyan holy flame crystal suddenly swallowed into the body, a powerful breath that purifies all things in the world, suddenly appear. Damn. Wang, this guy decided to go all out. Then Shui Tian, who was watching the play outside, couldn't help but say, "Break it for me." Before the two of Shui Tian could finish speaking, a dazzling aura burst out from the cyan figure, and then shot directly at the aura of the gore fiend. Crash. An incomparably miserable voice echoed from the blood demon energy, and then the blood demon energy was directly obliterated by him. So strong. Seeing this scene, the expressions of Shui Tian and Shui Xuan became extremely ugly. They knew that the current cyan figure was the real powerhouse who used the source of holy flame, and it was no longer what the two of them could do. Handle. The existence of this demon realm is to suppress you, and one day it will be able to completely obliterate you. If you escape, I am afraid that the name of my holy flame will be respected by the world in vain. The blue figure changed his attitude just now. Surrounded by strange cyan flames, he stared at the black gas in the huge pothole and said, "Ghost face soul flame, you are just a holy flame spirit. Is it worth it to work so hard to protect this holy flame? In the end, this holy flame will only cheapen others, and I am afraid that you will also completely dissipate. If so, it is better to follow the footsteps of our clan." Cece's evil spirit was interrupted by a blue figure before she could finish speaking. "Yeah, I'm just the spirit of holy flame. Sooner or later, this ghost-faced soul flame will find a new owner. But as its guardian, I also hope that that person will appear as soon as possible, so that I can hand over the holy flame to him, and I have no interest in your extraterritorial evil race." The killing intent suddenly spread. "Since that's the case, then there's nothing to talk about," Cece asked with an evil spirit. "Let's do it, Gorefiend. Don't think that if you find two human beings as slaves, you can do whatever you want. My reputation of ghost face and soul flame is not comparable to mere minions," the cyan figure said slowly, "as expected of a ghost face and soul flame. But if you underestimate my Gorefiend, I will pay a heavy price." Then the voice just fell, and in the huge pothole, a circle of blood-red aura, directly to the pit the depression is the center, and it spreads out continuously. Why is this breath a little weird? And the guy who entered here at the beginning seems to have entered the pothole and never came out. I don't know, but it's okay. However, this blood demon energy is a little different, the cyan figure said slowly, and then displayed his defense at the same time. After all, this cyan lava is the best defense and the best seal. The magician has an opportunity. Not good. But in the next moment, an extraordinary aura suddenly burst out from the blood-red evil aura, and then in the pupils of the cyan figure, the cyan melt that wrapped the huge potholes was hardened. A path was opened up. It's too late. Then just when the cyan figure was trying to make amends, in the huge pothole, two figures wrapped in blood-red blood mass suddenly swept out, and then the speed skyrocketed directly. It was the cyan lava that swept out and came to Shui Tian and the two of them. King. And when Shui Tian and Shui Xian saw these two figures, a powerful pressure from the superiors directly made them kneel down. Ghost face soul flame. This will be the place where you fell. The Gorefiend who escaped from the seal of the cyan lava said slowly, but the figure around him surrounded by blood-red blood couldn't tell who it was. This video will end here.